World. It's probably early morning Sunday for you. So good morning to you, late night to us here on the West Coast. Some of you guys know that over the last year and a half, I was living in St. Martin. I was living on the island of St. Martin. And while I was there for a year and a half, it really gave me an opportunity to really stop like everybody else with the pandemic. But especially for me, I had planned to do that anyway. I had announced my retirement in the beginning of 2020 from speaking, and I moved to St. Martin. And my plan anyway was to take that year off. I didn't know that the pandemic was going to happen. So it was kind of, everybody kind of took a year off, right? But for me, I really took advantage of that year. And what I did was I took several of these notebooks like this, and I really began to study study out my results, study out my life, study out where I was winning in life, where I needed to improve in life, and really just start setting out these lessons. And what happened was I started coming up with all of these, what I call formulas, all these formulas for success, right? All these formulas for success. And one of the formulas that I wrote down after looking at some things, one of the formulas that I wrote down, I used to always listen to, and I still do on a daily basis. I used to listen to Jim Rohn. And I still do. And Jim Rohn always used to say that you're going to get paid according to the value you bring to the marketplace. You're going to get paid in comparison to the value you bring to the marketplace. It wasn't about how valuable you were as an individual, as a human being. We're all valuable, right? As a human being, your life is valuable. But as it relates to the marketplace, as it relates to you generating income, generating revenue, you're going to get paid according to the level of value you bring to the marketplace. And while I was in St. Martin, walking on the beach and just meditating every day and just really giving some great thought to all of these ideas that I came across in life, one of the ones that I wrote down is what I call the 4 levels of income growth. The 4 levels of income growth. And so when you start wanting to increase your income is going to be increased by the value you bring to the marketplace. So it's very important that you understand how the market looks at you. How does the market, as a value creator, how does the market look at you? And so when we start looking at the 4 levels, level one is what I call, if you're an individual that works with your hands, that's level 1. Level 1 is when you're working with your hands. And when you're working with your hands, you're going to be able to earn somewhere between minimum wage and $80,000 per se, somewhere in that range, minimum wage and 80,000. I want you to think about McDonald's to your high-end mechanic. They're working with their hands. So they're going to earn anywhere between minimum wage, whatever minimum wage is. I don't even know currently what minimum wage is, but from minimum wage to about 80,000. And when you think about this person, I want you to think about this person that is involved in physical labor. This person is usually involved in physical labor. So when you look at level 1 of the income growth scale, when we look at these levels, level 1, think about a person that's working physicality. If they have a job that requires them to put out physical effort, working with their hands. The second level is level 2. And when you talk about level 2, you're looking at what we would call the management level. Now that person is maybe supervising the individuals that are working with their hands. So now you're at management. Now you look at from, the manager at McDonald's all the way up to a vice president of a company. That range of income is going to go from 60, start you at 60K, maybe get you all the way up to 250K, get you up to about 250K when you think about that. So now you start thinking about those managers. They're not physically doing the work anymore, but now they're managing the people that do the work. So we're talking about the 4 levels of income growth, 4 levels of income growth. So I want you to start, as I'm talking and sharing this with you, I want you to think about where you are, like what skill level you are. And if you have a desire to go to the next skill level, I want you to know what it looks like. So if I'm at level 1 and I'm working with my hands, let's say for me to go to the next level of management, I may need to get a degree, right? If I want to go to vice president and I'm working at the job, I may need to get to a degree that's going to get me to that next level, that next skill level of management. Now we start looking at level 3. Level 3 is what I call the mouth level or the communication level. Right? The mouth level or the communication level. What do I mean by that? This level is the skill that you're using communication. You're using communication. So at this level, you can earn anywhere between 100K all the way up to $100 million. So I train speakers in our Speakers Academy. We have speakers that earn 100K just by speaking, going into companies and speaking. They have a particular skill. They have a particular knowledge. They have a particular wisdom. So they're not working with their hands. They're not managing other individuals. They're using communication. And think about Beyonce, think about Jay-Z. They're using their mouth. They're using their mouth. You think about an actor. They're using their mouth to earn money, right? So at this level, you can go 100K to 100 million. Right? Just using your mouth. The 4th level is where all of us should be striving to get to, right? It's where, think about this. It's where you use your mind and you use your money to grow your income. You use your mind and you use your money. How many of you are familiar with that book, Think and Grow Rich? Think and grow rich. Think and grow rich. At this level of skill, you're more so using your mind to create. You're more so using your imagination. And then you're also using your money. You're using your money to leverage more money. So at this level, you're creating something with your mind. I want you to think about Bill Gates. I want you to think about Elon Musk. They're using their mind, but they're also using their money. This is the highest level if you're going to grow income, right? This is the highest level of income growth. It's where you're using your mind and you're using your money. From here, the sky is the limit, right? You're going from 100 million to billions of dollars. The sky is the limit because the mind can create whatever the mind can conceive, it can achieve. Whatever the mind can achieve or conceive, it can achieve. So think about that. People who have big imaginations, people like Walt Disney, he was using his mind and he was using his money. He used his mind to think about and imagine Disneyland. Then he used his money to invest in the land, to buy the land, to build what was in his imagination. So when you look at these income levels, I just want you to think about it. Where are you and what might you need to do to go to the next level? So level 1, we said, is when you're working with your hands. You're working with your hands. You're a mechanic or something. You're using physical labor. Level 2 is where now you're managing. you're managing those that are using physical labor. Number three is where now you're using communication, right? You're learning how to communicate ideas. You're learning how to communicate concepts. Think about your professors in your school, in your colleges. They're communicating ideas. They're able to take complex ideas and teach them to others. Think about your coaches. Think about your speakers. I can take a subject and I can communicate it. I can break it down. So I earn a lot of money by doing that. And then now that fourth level of is your level of creators, right? Those that use their mind to create and imagine these amazing things that we experience in life. And then they use their money to leverage. They use their money, like you'll see Apple, and Apple will acquire different companies, right? They're not going to compete with that company. They're just going to use their money. They're just going to acquire that company to grow their bottom line. Companies do it, individuals do it. For me, I'll take the money I earn communicating and hire a coach, leverage my money, use my mind. So I'm thinking that I want to get to the next level. Okay, what am I going to do? Oh, there's somebody already at the next level that can help me, that can instruct me, that can lead me, that can guide me. I'm going to use my money to leverage that relationship, use their information so I can go to the next level of income. So I was just thinking about that this evening as I was going through some of my my notebooks, and that was one of the things that I came across. And I said that would be good to share that with my online family. So this is what I call it the 4 levels of income growth. So when I'm teaching my clients and when I'm working in my masterminds, this is the type of stuff that I teach them. And so then we look at inside, we identify what level you're at and what needs to happen for you to go to the next level. What needs to happen for you to go to the next level? So once again, let's say if I just said, okay, you're starting off at McDonald's, you're starting off at minimum wage. How do you get into management? Right? To get into management, McDonald's has certain programs that you need to take advantage of. So you speak with your leaders, you speak with your manager, and you say, hey, I want to get in the manager. I want to get into management development. I want to become a manager one day of my own McDonald's. And so now you start moving up that ladder, right? So now you're a manager. So now you're at level 2. Now you're managing. Now you're managing. But now inside that manager, you become a great orator. So now they say, you know what? We're going to make you the district trainer. We're going to use you to train all of our other managers, right? So you were a manager looking over those that were working in the store, but then you get so good at communicating the McDonald's vision. You get so good at inspiring your team. They start identifying that your McDonald's is the fastest growing McDonald's in your city. It's the fastest growing McDonald's in your district, in your arena. And so now they see that you have the magic sauce that you can communicate to people. So now they're going to pull you out and say, hey, we want you to start training. Now you're not overseeing other people anymore. Now you're using your mouth to communicate, right? Now the next level is you say, man, I want to own my own McDonald's. I want to own my own McDonald's. So now you go to the next level where you're using your imagination, your mind, and your money. Now you got to invest in a McDonald's. You're using your mind and your money because you know once you get that first McDonald's, you're going to inspire them to be number 1. Then that's going to allow you to get your next McDonald's. Then your next McDonald's. The next thing you know, you have 20 McDonald's. Now you're at that 100 meal to on your way to $1 billion. That's how it works, guys. That's what I wanted to share with you on this late night while I'm just sitting here at my desk doing some work, putting some notes together. So I hope that helped you out, man. I call that the 4 levels of income growth. All right. Have a great evening, morning, night, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I'll talk with you later.